What's up? First episode of the Mercedes project, the 560 SEC C126. I don't know what else you'd call it. Sorry, I'm running inside real quick, but today we're going to be installing a CD player, and I figured that because I'm changing it out from this old Blaupunkt that is a Blaupunkt CD player slash AM FM radio. I don't even think it has CD, honestly. I don't remember. But I'm changing it out to a newer stereo with Bluetooth and USB and auxiliary and all that stuff. And I figured I'd kind of show people the connect, because the stereo, the car was already wired up for an aftermarket stereo when I got it. So I kind of show you the existing connections and show you what works. So maybe it'll help some people. I didn't really see any specific videos about this. So this will be a video on how to hook up your aftermarket stereo to your 560 SEC. Mine's in 1986. All right, so let's start off first with the major wires that you need to hook up, and that is going to be your ground right here. That is going to be your ACC or whatever right here, and then this is going to be your 12 volt, your hot, your yellow is going to be your hot wire. And then the remote, which I might use later if I hook up a sub in the back. And if I do that, I will make a whole episode about how to install a subwoofer in one of these. But right here, it all comes out in like 3 separate wire looms, all the major stuff. So this is the main one that's going to come out for all your major connections. So your ground right here is going to go into this. I'm colorblind, so forgive me. I don't know what color that is. That's what color your ground goes into, whatever color that is. And then this is your ACC switched whatever, and it goes into that color, which I think is a black one. And then this is like a red and white stripe, I think. I think that's red and white right here. And that is going into your hot yellow battery wire, basically. So those are the 3 that you need. These 2 right here were spliced together into the Blaupunkt. You owe me a Blaupunkt! And they operate the antenna, I believe, which is there, that's your switch right there for your antenna. But I don't plan on really using the antenna. I don't listen to the radio. So I personally don't plan on hooking up the radio. I don't know about you, but if you do, you can 100%. I would assume you could probably just kind of splice this into the red, I believe, or maybe the remote. I guess it depends. I don't really want to dick around with it, but I mean, you experiment around and see. Worst case scenario, you'll blow a fuse and it costs you $75,000 and has to be shipped from Germany. Okay, next is gonna be, you have 2 more looms or whatever. So this one is going to be for your rear speakers right here, and this one is going to be for your front speakers. Now this came with like these capped off, and I don't know what 100% what these are. No idea. I would assume that has something to do with the amp that is driving speakers. But these 4, I can show you these. It's very typical as far as stereo setups. So you have your whites, which are going to be your left front. Your grays are going to be right front, I believe. Let me check them. Yeah, that's correct. So just like an Alpine or any other, it's just standard kind of thing. Whites left front, grays right front. And then over here, your green wires are left rear, your purple wires are right rear. Now let me show you which wires to plug those into. So let's start with the rears. Okay, so these 2 greens plug into these 2 oranges from the harness from the factory, and the negative green, the one with the stripe, appears to be going into, I don't know if there's anything special about this. Come on, focus, you dumb piece of shit. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how you differentiate those 2. They both look orange to me, but I'm also colorblind, so take that for what it's worth. Your purples right here, your purples from your head unit, and that's going to run into these 2 right here. And one is black and one is like black with a green stripe, and the one that was black with the green or yellow or orange, whatever stripe that is hooked up to the solid purple, not the negative purple. Negative purple is hooked up to the solid black one, and the black one with the stripey DB is hooked up to the solid purple. Okay, that covers the rear. I'm gonna scoot those off to the side. Now let's get into the fronts. All right, so I don't know if you can tell which wires there are capped off, but actually I'll sacrifice mine a little bit. I'll cut into this wire so you can see, I'll cut into this loom or whatever a little bit so you can see exactly which colors are capped off. Okay, so the ones that are capped off are these right here, and it looks like it's like a black and a red thing right here, this one, and this one is like a black and a green one maybe. But this is exactly what it looks like as far as what was done to mine, and mine's working fine. So I don't understand the full complexities of it, but I know that I think these are something to do with the amp in the back, and whoever installed the stereo, the first Blaupunkt, they cap these off, and everything seems to be working just fine. So this is a workable situation here. So these are the ones that were capped off, black with the orange, greeny, yellow thing, and then black with the maybe a red or something there, whatever that is. Those are capped off. Okay, so the two whites are plugged into these two right here, which are black, and the yellowy looking one right here on the left is plugged into the white with the stripe, which would be the negative. So that's what's plugged into there. And then our grays are plugged into whatever this is. Looks like maybe a black with a white stripe. Looks like a black with a white stripe there. And the black with the white stripe is the gray with the stripe. And then the solid gray is plugged into that one. So if you can kind of take a screenshot of that, well, I can widen it up for you. I guess you can see these heat shrinks are gonna, I haven't shrunk the heat on the heat shrinks yet. But that should be your front speakers there. Those are your whites and grays. See if I can manipulate that around so you can see the stripe on that gray. But that should be your setup there. Now, me personally, I just threw butt connectors on, and I'm going to heat shrink them down, and I'm going to wrap everything in Testa tape, each one individually like this, and then I will take that and then zip tie them all together, get them back there. Let me see if I can brighten her up a little bit here for you. The antenna and the this thing, which I think is what should have been used whenever they did the install, but they didn't. They did it a different way. Because there's actually a Metro harness that you can get for these. And again, I want to stress something, that I only did it this way because it was torn into by whoever installed the stereo. If they would have went and got the correct Metro adapter, which I'll link down below, it would have been much cleaner. But this is about as clean as I can get it. So, you know, whatever. I'm going to tuck all those back there, and then I'll wrap these up, and I'll show you the final situation with the non-Blaupunk stereo. All right, so all these wires coming out are pretty neat and sorted now. Just plugs into the back of the stereo, and that's that. Now, I have to get a whole new console, whatever this whole thing is, because the screw holes where the ashtray sits in and everything are snapped off, and it's not a necessity right now, but it's something I'm going to be trying to find in the near future. I guess I never told you what stereo I was using here. This can all kind of get shoved back there. This is a Sony. I don't even know. I don't want to push it all the way in yet. It's a Sony MEX N4380BT. Seems to be pretty cool. Let me get it all sorted out, and then I'll put it in and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so as of now, this is how it stands. You can kind of see behind there, it's not the cleanest install ever, and I feel like there's a way I could clean it up somehow. I'm going to try and figure that out, see what I can do as far as gosh dang, getting stuff lined up and centered and looking better, but it's functional for now. That's what I care about. So that's the main concern there. I can play Bluetooth. I can plug a USB into this sucker. Heck, I can even throw an aux in here in the front if I wanted to. So there's that. Got a working stereo that doesn't play only AM, FM. There's a plus. Quick update, I just found these little plastic pieces that were in there before. Didn't know where they were, I found them. And now they're sitting a little cattywampus for sure. I mean, look at that. It doesn't look the best, but it fills in that gap a little bit. I need something for the top, maybe some kind of plastic strip or something. I wish that, and there's no dash adapter whatsoever from Metro, Scosche, nobody. So you just kind of have to fabricate it yourself with a little bit of ingenuity and hard work and not give up in this.